Hey guys, Coach Adam talking to you today about a very important topic, one of the most misunderstood things in contest prep, in dieting, in transformation, and that is the reverse diet. Everyone is coming to an end right now of their season. You might have done a couple shows, you might have dieted at some point, whatever the case may be. That's all coming to an end. The holidays are getting started, and this is where people will start doing the reverse diet. Now, the reverse diet, unfortunately, I think is named incorrectly because it would be interpreted as slowly increasing the calories and reversing the diet. So just like a regular diet, you kind of bring the calories down. Well, in a reverse diet, you would slowly bring the calories up. That's kind of how everyone intuitively perceives that. Now, unfortunately, that is absolutely the wrong way of going about it. Let me give you an example of that. So whenever you are in a caloric deficit, the body is adapting to that caloric deficit. Therefore, through a process called adaptive thermogenesis, the body is slowing down its metabolism to match the calorie input. If it didn't do that, eventually you would just die because you weren't eating enough. So it has to do that for survival. When you diet for a long period of time, let's say it was 16 weeks for a show, and then you're in a caloric deficit, and let's say you got down to 1,300 calories, which is very normal for contest prep, and you started increasing calories slowly. Let's say you went from 1,300 to 1,500 to 1,700 to 1,900. That's great and all because you're slowly increasing calories, but what you're actually doing is you're prolonging the time you're in a caloric deficit. And when you prolong the time you're in a caloric deficit, you're going to continually have more of an adapted metabolism. Even though your calories are a little bit higher than where they were at the lowest, you're still in a caloric deficit. You prolong the diet. So if you dieted for 16 weeks and you got to 1,300 at the end, but then you reverse dieted for another 8 weeks with that slowly increasing calorie method, well, now you actually dieted for 24 weeks. So you have a 24-week adapted metabolism versus a 16-week adapted metabolism. And not until you get to maintenance calories will that turn off. Will you stop adapting? Once you're at maintenance calories, that's when your body will start going through the recovery process metabolically. The way you answer that is right when you get done with your show, right when you complete your diet of the hardest phase, you go to maintenance calories. Now that maintenance calories might be different than when you started because you have an adaptive metabolism, so that needs to be taken into account. The only way to be healthy metabolically is to get out of that diet. Don't sit in that diet because it's going to take you forever to burn body fat the next time you do a show if you prolong the diet. And one of these days soon, I'll talk to you about the Biggest Loser study and how adaptive metabolism can be like that for a long period of time and make things harder in the future. More people's careers in bodybuilding come to an end because it gets so hard during their next preps than for any other reason. You look at bodybuilders who've been doing this for 6 years, 8 years, and it's so hard for them to lose body fat at the end because their metabolism is so adapted because they're not doing the correct steps. Instead of reverse diet, we call it correctional diet after a show, that it's a career ender. I want to make sure you guys have a long, healthy, happy career. So make sure to get those calories up. It's the time to do it. Do it through some research. All that information is available online, and I'll talk to you guys next time.